Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Brenda. I used to be a DACA recipient and now I'm a permanent resident, and it happened all under 1 year of doing advanced parole. So if you haven't done advanced parole and you have DACA, please do it. It is a life-changing event. I was already married to a US citizen, so I only needed a legal entry in order to apply for my green card here in the US, and that process is called adjustment of status, which is so much better than doing consular processing, which means you're gonna have to travel to your home country to have an interview there, and you need waivers and things like that, depending on your situation. It's just a much more lengthy process, and doing adjustment of status here in the US, it is so much smoother and faster. And when I mean fast, I mean super fast. Right now, they are taking maybe like 4 to 5 months to get approved, if not less. There have been people who applied this year and got an interview scheduled within like 2 to 3 months of applying. So if you haven't done so already, please apply for advanced parole. And if you already did advanced parole, please do adjustment of status, whether it's doing it on your own or doing it through a lawyer. But please know you can definitely do it on your own if it's a straightforward case. My case was pretty straightforward, so I went ahead and applied all on my own. I did not use a lawyer. The only time I did use a lawyer was just for the interview because I was super scared and anxious. Just because of everything that was going on in Los Angeles around June. So let's go ahead and get started with the title of this video. So I will be sharing the interview questions that I was asked at my green card interview, and I am really excited to share with you all. It was such a great experience. My green card interview took a total of 5 months and 3 weeks from mailing my application up to the point of getting my interview and getting approved. So I did get approved at my interview, yay! So it was very, very positive. It was like 15-minute interview, super short, very straightforward. I'm just gonna focus on the questions I was asked at my interview, but if you want more details on what happened at my interview from like arriving to the office, you know, and all that good stuff, you can go ahead and check out my other video where I go ahead and put all those details there. So go ahead and check it out. I'll leave it down in my description. So the interview was marriage-based. So I was the beneficiary as, you know, the DACA recipient. My husband was the petitioner because he was a US citizen. We have been married for 6+ years at this point at the interview. So the officer pretty much stated that she wasn't going to ask any type of questions related to our relationship since we had very strong evidence and she had reviewed our case, that everything looked great. So pretty much she said that we were approved, but she had to conduct the interview due to, you know, policy reasons. So she did put us under oath before, you know, asking the questions. Then she asked for our IDs. We showed her both our driver's license. We're in California, so we just showed our California driver's license. And she took them with her. She looked at them. And then she asked my husband what was his full name, date of birth, and home address. And that was pretty much the questions she asked my husband. And then she went ahead and directed the questions to me. She asked me the same thing. Full name, date of birth, and address. And for some reason, I messed up my address, but nothing big. I went ahead and corrected myself, but she was just like, okay. And then she asked if we both lived under that address. We said yes. She asked if we still worked at the same location that was listed in our application, and we said yes. And then from there, she pretty much said she was going to focus all the questions on me. She directed the questions to me, and she asked me if I had my expired work permits with me. I told her I didn't, but I had them at home. I just didn't bring them with me. She said that was fine. She moved on to the next question, and she asked how many times I had entered the United States. And then right after that, she said she was going to go ahead and ask me a couple questions from the I-485 form. So I'm going to stop right here and say, if you want to practice something for this green card interview, let it be this. Please, 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 please practice the I-485 questions out loud, preferably either with, you know, to yourself or with your partner. You're just going to feel a lot more confident when you are asked those questions. It is very different, you know, kind of like filling those questions out on your application versus someone asking them out loud to you. Please make sure you go ahead and review the I-485 questions, the answers that you put for those questions, and make sure they match. If they don't, for whatever reason, you can go ahead and correct those answers at your interview. All right, so now let's go ahead and go over the questions she asked for the I-485 form. Number 1, have you ever been denied admission to the United States? Number 2, have you ever been denied a visa to the United States? Number 3, are you presently or have you ever been in removal, exclusion, recession, or deportation proceedings, including expedited removal? 4, have you ever been arrested, cited, or charged with a crime? 5, have you ever worked without authorization? 6, have you ever falsely claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way? 7, have you ever failed or refused to attend a removal proceeding? 8, have you ever submitted altered, fraudulent, or counterfeit documentation to a U.S. government official to obtain an immigration benefit? 9, have you ever knowingly helped someone enter or try to enter the U.S. illegally? 10, have you ever voted in violation of U.S. laws? So as you can see, it was about 10 questions that I was asked for from the form I-485. And yeah, those were all the questions that I was asked. I feel like it wasn't too bad. It was really smooth, and she just congratulated us after that. She said it would arrive within 2 weeks, and it did. It did arrive within 2 weeks. I had to pick it up at the lawyer's office because I guess I completed a G28 form that the lawyer was representing me, and I guess they sent it to him versus me. So I went ahead and picked it up at the lawyer's office, and yeah, it was a beautiful experience, and I can't wait for many more of you to get this opportunity. I really hope more of you can really take the jump and do it for yourselves, for your family. Remember, every officer is different, every case is different, so please just go over the I-485 questions. Make sure you go over a few relationship questions with your partner if this is marriage-based. If you have a complicated case, I do highly suggest that you bring a lawyer. Besides that, if you have a pretty straightforward case, then you have nothing to worry about, meaning if you have no criminal record, no past deportation orders / removal orders. So you really want to make sure it is really, really simple and you'll be fine, especially if you are a DACA recipient and you're adjusting status. I heard that those cases are the most simplest and easiest for, the officers to review. And I'm wishing you guys the very best, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.